Hey guys, this is Tatiana Spiterio of blog Eurovision, and now we know the running order of the first and second semi-finals of Eurovision 2022 in Turin, Italy. Who is a safe qualifier to the final, to the grand final, and who is in a risky position, who is sort of a filler, let's call it our toilet break song. Let's get down to business.
So let's get down to business.
In the first semi-final, we will see the following 17 countries: Albania, Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Slovenia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Netherlands, Moldova, Portugal, Croatia, Denmark, Austria, Iceland, Greece, Norway, and Armenia. Well, my first thoughts are this doesn't look like the strongest semi. Definitely semi 1 will be losing sort of in power and memorability to semi-final 2, so I cannot wait to make a reaction to semi-final 2 running order. But for now, let's look at what we've got here. I'm a bit surprised that Albania will come first to perform, although, as I know, Albania has never performed first in a semi, and that is something for every country to experience, I think. Ronella knows how to keep the audience attached. She's a good, let's call it show woman and party maker. She knows how to move those hips. It's quite an interesting, unusual though choice to put her first, but that will start bringing the audience to their screens and make them want more. However, as they want more, the second here goes Latvia with Citizeni and Eat Your Salad. I don't think this will find almost any response, neither in jury nor in televoters, and usually the second spot is called like a death spot. So Latvia is not just risking not qualifying, since the song is already not the strongest this time. It actually is not qualifying. We can already, I guess, not bet on that, but predict that with a high probability. I'm sorry, Latvia, but this will not stand out as much, especially after the booty of Ronella. Let's go to Lithuania. It's very interesting that they put Latvia and Lithuania, which are already neighboring countries of the Baltics, together to perform in the same semi. I mean, at least they could have spread them out a bit. It's like, what, should the Baltics start watching Eurovision and then be joined by everyone else? But weird, but Monica Liu is something different from Latvian, obviously, entry, and will create sort of a balance of music genres, I think. I do not know whether it can qualify or not, but if we go Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Slovenia, all of those 4 acts are not very like fun, fast, standout acts. So I think one of these will pass Latvia, Lithuania, Switzerland, Slovenia, but who? I cannot really predict. This is a hard qualifying combo for me. Let's go to Switzerland with Marius Bear. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. And Boys Do Cry. That is such a ballad that I don't think it will find enough voters. At least not as many as last year's Jean's Tears and Tout l'univers. I don't think so, no. I know that it won't. However, maybe running on last year's Switzerland entry, there will be a lot of people wanting to vote Switzerland to go through to the grand final. Plus, out of 17 acts, to choose 10 is not that big of a deal, you know. It's when you have 22, then choosing 10 will be an issue. Choosing 10 of 17 means only 7 acts do not go through, and that's not so many, so even Switzerland has a chance, in fact. 5 is Slovenia with LPS and this kind of retro-ish funky song.
ko brez mene s drugim stran odhaja.
Funky songs don't usually have a lot of supporters in Eurovision community, and I do not see how Slovenia has a chance to make it to grand final. I'm sorry. No hate, no disliking the song or the genre. In its own way, it's like Latvian kind of jazzy entry that was there 3 years ago in Tel Aviv. It's sort of the same way. I sort of liked it. I still like it. Where are you, my love? But it didn't get enough votes, and the same story will happen to Slovenia, I'm afraid. Now, in number 6, we've got Ukraine and Kalush Orchestra with Stefania. Stefania will surely be in the grand final. Does anybody even doubt that? I mean, come on. There will be so much support on the international level. However, thinking that way, I would rather organize a big donation, which probably Eurovision will, to help Ukraine in these times of need, rather than, for example, vote for a song that's not my favorite. But this is an interesting rap, mixed folk, modern kind of, take on this crazy mix of lyrics. I think people will enjoy it enough to an extent to pass to the final. Let's go further to Bulgaria. And Bulgaria is going to be unnoticed. It's going to go even more unnoticed because it will be after Ukraine. There might also be a break. It will be either before Ukraine or after Ukraine that people will be discussing the Ukrainian entry, the Ukrainian situation, and Bulgaria will be so lost. Not only because of its position, but also because the song is nothing outstanding or unforgettable.
Anytime I've always known I'm never in a safety zone.
Although I do think that people underestimate the Bulgarian entry, and that Intelligent Music Project is also intelligent, in fact, because their vocalist is so charismatic, and we haven't seen him do that live yet. He will surely be sort of a Black Mamba effect of Portugal 2021. And remember, nobody believed Portugal would be, well, not nobody, but maybe didn't see them in the grand final, and they were. So let's see what happens. Number 8 is the Netherlands, and S10 is going through, no questions whatsoever. No objections, Your Honor. The Netherlands is singing in Dutch for the first time in many, many years, and that does sound unusual to a Eurovision audience, and I think unusual is good in this case. I mean, why not? How much of Dutch language do you hear on an everyday basis? It gives the song its own atmosphere, I think. Again, not my winner of 2022, and I think it's a bit overrated maybe, but it's a guaranteed finalist. There we have Moldova with Dobrze Stup.
Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll.
Now, people underestimate Moldovan entry because it kind of isn't the same as all entries of 2022, but the same story was with Moldovan entry before, and Dobrze Stup made it to the final, and they did good.
So jump up jungle looking like a brave beast, never seen that here. Unika beat the drummer, unika warte doma, unika warte daj, unika warte doma, kumačukan te samaj.
I saw them perform live in the Romanian national selection. They fired up the audience, you know. This is not the music that I personally listen to, but this is the type of music that older generation will be voting for. And by older, I don't even mean old. I mean a couple years older than myself. Guess how old I am. Yeah, I think this would surely be a finalist too. I mean, yeah, I'm not discarding it. Moldova knows how to bring fun, especially that this year is so much about ballads. And same story with next entry, Portugal, Maro. To me, it's on the edge, you know. I cannot predict 100% for Portugal to be in the final. I couldn't predict it with Black Mamba that much, and I cannot predict it much with Portugal this time with Maro. I mean, the song is soulful. It has its own charm. So good luck to it. I hope that it has what it takes to pass to the final. After Moldovan fun, hey ho, let's go. You know, it will be a little bit underwhelming, I'm afraid. Although probably the organizers of Eurovision thought more like, okay, you know, this is such an interesting contrast from fun, folky, hey ho, let's go, to this totally know how to call it, Zen kind of song. Saudade, saudade.
Nothing more that I can say says it in a better way.
It creates its own atmosphere. I'm just not sure that after Moldova that will shoot out as hard. Let's move on to place number 11, Croatia, and Guilty Pleasure. If last year's Croatian entry still didn't make it to the final with that hot-looking mama, this will not. This will not. Let's go to Denmark and place 12 and Ready, this sort of retro punk rock, which is obviously exists in 2022 as well. We also know that rock and roll never dies, don't we, Monosky?
We just want to say to the whole Europe, to the whole world, rock and roll never dies!
But will it be enough for people to vote, Ready into the final? I personally find the song a bit irritating, if you ask me. No hate again, no nothing, no. It's just my personal preference, and I love rock and metal music for a moment. It's just that this particular one, it does get stuck in my head actually, but not in a good way. If you know what I mean. Like, I wouldn't vote for that myself. I would rather vote for the next one, which is 13th in the running order, Austria, and this electronic track by Lumix and Pia Maria. Myself, I've never been into any sort of club, electronic house, whatnot. However, this is so upbeat compared to all the ballads we'll hear in both semis that I think they'll bring so much live energy that's lacking this year to stage that people will vote, I guess. If these guys are as good live, or at least to some extent as in the music video, then I'm there. Count me in. Count me in. Also for Greece, which is number 15, among the 10th fjord.
If we die together now.
But 14th, Iceland is in a bad position between the fun, upbeat Austrian track, electro type, and then this very soulful Die Together Greek entry. Like, there couldn't be probably a worse position for Iceland's sisters to make it through. Daddy, unfortunately, you cannot go to Eurovision third year in a row. Let's go to Norway, and Subwoofer will make it through hands down. And hands down, they do like this.
See where you're going, but I don't know where you've been. Is that saliva or blood dripping off your chin? Heavy for that wolf, he's my grandma, give that wolf a banana, give that wolf.
Everybody will love the entry. I think this will easily win the votes of the first semi-final, if only not Ukraine because of the political situation. Song-wise, performance-wise, I think Subwoofer will steal the deal, will steal the limelight. And then we've got Armenia with Rosalind. She'll have very few chances after Norway. It's not the worst thing to perform last in the semi. Not the worst for sure, but it is the worst thing to perform after the televoters favor it. And since I believe Subwoofer will easily take most of the votes in the semi, most of the hearts will be conquered, then Rosalind, despite all the greatness of the voice, the song is still not that wow, doesn't have that wow factor. The music video was awesome actually, and I do hope that EBU put them there to perform last in the first semi for a reason. So from my personal perspective, these are the sure qualifiers. Albania, I see it making through, absolutely yes. Ukraine, not even posing a question whatsoever, they are making it through. Then we've got, I'll put Moldova through, you know what? I'll put Moldova through because I see them there for sure. And I also skipped Netherlands right now, Netherlands of course, and this 10, I believe the woman is charismatic enough, the singer is I don't know, just somehow she keeps you engaged, keeps you entertained despite the ballady nature of the song. So I've got 4 in my list already. Then I will give my spot to Austria with Lumix because something electronic must be in the final, I think, and there will not be anything like that in the second semi, exactly like that, or with the same upbeat fun tempo. Greece is surely there. Amanda Tenfjord will be sailing to grand final, and hopefully no one will die together or separately during the process. And then we've got Norway's subwoofer absolute yes. So I've got 7, and I need 10 yet to make it through to the final. So my other 3 they are still on the edge obviously, but I do think Portugal stand a chance, maybe even Lithuania with Monica Liu stand a chance, since it's so stylistically different. And hard to predict who would be the 10th one for me, very, very hard. Maybe Armenia, if the staging is that wow. So those are my predictions. I know you will disagree with a lot of them, or maybe you will agree with a lot of them, so write in the comments, let's fight, let's battle. This was my opinion. I'm Tatiana Spiteri, happy to see you here on my channel. Subscribe and give me a like if it's not very hard for you. Doesn't take much, right? But it will help me create semi-final 2 reaction for you very, very soon. Stay tuned, have a lovely day ahead, and listen to wonderful music.